Hi students, welcome to all of you to DM Study Center. Today we will be discussing on the reciprocating pump. Here basically the topic is variation of velocity and acceleration in suction and delivery pipe. Okay, so before this discussion, let us discuss the classification of reciprocating pump. You know, last class we discussed about the reciprocating pump, where double acting reciprocating pump and sleeve of the reciprocating pump were discussed. So first of all, classification of the reciprocating pump. The reciprocating pump basically it is classified by two types, that is your according to the water being in contact with one side or both side of the piston. Okay, that is a single acting and double acting pump, and according to the number of cylinder provided, that is your single cylinder, double cylinder, triple cylinder. Okay, so it is basically it is the classification of the reciprocating pump. Now let us discuss about the numerical which is given here. A single acting reciprocating pump running at 50 rpm delivers 0.01 meter cube per second of water. Okay, and the diameter of the piston is given 200 millimeter, then 200 millimeter, and stroke length is 400 millimeter. Determine the theoretical discharge, the coefficient of discharge, and the slip percentage. You know that formula. The theoretical discharge is equal to what? LAN by 60. Coefficient of discharge means CD is equal to actual by theoretical, and slip percentage is equal to what? Theoretical minus actual. That means your slip is equal to, slip percentage is equal to 1 minus CD into 1000. That is your slip percentage. Clear? Now how we can calculate this? Your theoretical, already the value it is given, I think. So ln by 60, that means the rpm is given, na? So q is equal to LAN by 60. Now L is given, A is given, that means diameter is given, N given. So can I find out the theoretical discharge? And actual discharge it is already given, 0.01 meter cube. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now come to the solution. N is given, Q actual given, D given, A given, L given. So you have to find out theoretical. So LAN by 60. This is your theoretical discharge. Now CD is equal to Q actual by Q theoretical, 0.95, and slip percentage, slip is equal to theoretical minus actual. So this is your slip, and slip percentage by into 1000. So 4.4% is the slip. Okay. Next problem, double acting reciprocating pump running 400 rpm is discharging 1 meter cube. This is your actual is given, rpm given of the water per minute. The pump has a stroke length is given, diameter of the piston given, and the delivery and suction head also given respectively. Find the slip of the pump and power required. Very easy problem. Same process, only here you have to calculate power extra. So N given, Q given, L given, D given, area given. Area you can find out. H is given, HD given. So Q is equal to, Q theoretical equal to 2 LN by 60. So this is your meter cube per second. Slip is equal to this. And what is the power? Power is equal to double acting solution. Double acting is equal to 2 rho G ALN by 60 into HS plus HD by 60,000 in kilowatt. Okay. So put all the value, you will be getting the answer 4.1 kilowatt. So don't waste time, come to the next problem. This is your very important for this topic, and I will recommend you, it is you just solve it in, you just practice it in your home for your final exam. Okay. Variation of velocity and acceleration in suction and delivery pipe due to acceleration of the piston. What is the variation of velocity and acceleration in suction pipe and as well as delivery pipe due to acceleration in the piston? That means if it is your piston, so in the piston there will be some acceleration, because when the water is entering and water is the thrust is given on the water, then there is some fluctuation. Because of the fluctuation there will be some jerk or acceleration will be created. Because of that, what will be the variation of variation of the velocity and acceleration in the suction and delivery pipe, that will be discussed here. I think it is clear. Now this is your suction pipe, this is your delivery pipe, this is your piston cylinder, this is your piston. Now when it is rotating, what we will see that, let us consider the piston is moving x displacement from top dead center to some this point up to this point. Now at that time the piston, the crank, it is rotating A to E, clear. So as the piston is moving x distance, here the crank will rotate from A to E and it will make an angle theta. Okay, it will make an angle theta and it is rotating with omega. Rotational speed is your omega. Okay, angular speed is your omega radian per second, rad per second. Okay, and let us consider the radius. R is the radius of the crank. Now you can see when it is reaching in the point A, E, then from this point E draw a vertical line. Okay, so this is your x displacement actually. Am I right? So you can see when the omega is the angular velocity speed of the crank, A is the area of the cylinder, small a is the area of the pipe. Okay, small a is the area of the pipe, that is your in the delivery in suction pipe. Okay, and also in delivery pipe, small area of the, that means pi by 4 small d square. Okay, so next R is the radius of the crank. Now we know that theta is equal to what? Omega t, that we know. Angular displacement S equal to Vt, that is your linear displacement, but angular displacement omega is equal to angular velocity into time. Can I write this? You have gone through in your engineering mechanics rectilinear motion, curvilinear motion part. Okay, so you know that it is I think it is clear. Now theta is equal to omega t. Can I write this? Okay, now what I can write? X is equal to, I can write x here in this diagram. We can write x is equal to total OA minus OF. Can I write this? Because OA is the radius minus OF. Okay, so OF is equal to what? R cos theta, because this component is your R cos theta. Clear? This is your R and this is your theta, so total is your R, and this up to total is your R. Okay, total is your R, but up to this much, if it is theta and it is your E and this is your F, so this mass is equal to R cos theta, as it is your R. So that is why it is written x is equal to distance AF and is equal to, we can write AO minus FO, and AO is equal to R and FO is equal to R cos theta. So R minus R cos theta or R minus R cos omega t. Up to this, is it clear? If it is clear, then proceed for the next solution. You can see this is your x. Now if I calculate the piston velocity, V is equal to what we can write? Dx by dt. That means rate of change of displacement is cos velocity. So put the value of x, R minus R cos omega t. So if you are derivating this one, you will be getting omega R sin omega t. Clear? V is equal to omega R sin omega t. Now come to the next slide. You can see the velocity of the water, the velocity of the water in cylinder into area. That means if I am calculating velocity, area into velocity is equal to small area into velocity. That means small area is the velocity of the your velocity of the piston. Small area is the water velocity in the pipe. Okay, and area is the your cross sectional area of the pipe. That is it may be delivery pipe, it may be suction pipe. Now the this is nothing but the continuity equation. You know, continuity equation Q is equal to area into velocity, na? So area into velocity means what? Area of the piston into velocity of the piston is equal to area, a small area of the your pipe into velocity of the pipe. So small v is the velocity of the water in the suction and delivery pipe, and capital V is the velocity of the piston. Clear? So we can write, if this equation is equal, then we can write small v is the area by, that means area of the piston by area of the your area of the piston by your area of the cylinder by area of the pipe into V. So that we can write. Now we know that V is equal to A by A. Sorry, V is equal to omega r sin omega t. That already I have got. Come to the previous slide. This is your V is equal to omega r sin omega t. Clear? Now V is equal to, I can write A by A omega r sin omega t. Clear? Now come to the next point, that is your, if I just calculate the acceleration is equal to acceleration in the actually in the pipe. So dv by dt, that means rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So put the value of v here, and if you are derivating this part, you will be getting A by A omega square r cos omega t. Am I right? Now come next. Up to this, is it clear? Acceleration in the of water in the pipe, acceleration in the water in the pipe is equal to dv by dt, d small v by dt, and it is equal to A by A omega square r cos omega t, where A is the area, cross sectional area of the cylinder, small a is the cross sectional area of the pipe, it may be suction or delivery pipe, omega is the your rotational speed, okay, of crank, and r is the radius of the crank, and omega your t is the time. Clear? Now can I calculate the mass of water? Mass of water is equal to what? Rho into v, and rho into v, we can write v is equal to A into L, that means AL means area into length. So can I write this? So rho into A into L is the mass of the water. Okay, mass of the water in pipe. Clear? Now if I calculate the force required to accelerate the water in the pipe, you know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, from the inertia you can get, so force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass rho AL into acceleration, what I have already calculated, A by A omega square r cos omega t. Clear? So I have got force required to accelerate the water in the pipe. Clear? Force required to accelerate the water in the pipe is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass, I know that rho into A into L is the mass, and acceleration what? A by small a omega square r cos omega t. So this is your ultimate equation. Now once I have got this force, can I find out the intensity of pressure due to acceleration? So intensity of pressure due to acceleration is equal to force by area of the pipe, because we know that pressure is what? Force per unit area. So intensity of pressure due to acceleration is equal to force required to accelerate the water by area of the pipe. Now put the value of force required to accelerate the water, that is your rho AL, A by A omega square r cos omega t by small a is the area. So this is your ultimately equation. So ultimately equation is rho L into A by A omega square r cos theta. Why I have written theta? Because we know that theta is equal to omega t. So this omega t is replaced by theta. Am I right? Now come to the last slide of this lecture. Pressure head HA due to acceleration. So pressure head is due to acceleration. Already I have got pressure is equal to force per unit area, and already I have got something. This value I have got. Now we know that P is equal to rho g H. So H is equal to P by rho g. So that is why this pressure what I have got by rho g करोगे तो H A मिल जाएगा, है ना? So you can see in this equation, head due to acceleration is equal to pressure by rho g, that is your weight density. So rho L A by A omega square r cos theta by rho g. Now after simplifying this, you will be getting HA, head due to acceleration, is equal to L by G area by small area omega square r cos theta. So this is your ultimate equation. This is your general equation. Now H A is the head due to acceleration, okay, in the pipe. Now if I calculate the head due to acceleration in the suction pipe, then only instead of L you have to put LS, that is your suction length of the suction pipe, and instead of A you have to put AS, that is your area of the suction pipe. Clear? So this is your, remember again I am telling you, this is your general equation is A. Now in case of suction pipe, head due to acceleration is your LS by G into A by AS into omega square r cos theta, and for the delivery pipe just put D, LD by G into A by AD into omega square r cos theta. Clear? Now the condition, different condition you can achieve if the theta is equal to 0 degree, that means when the crank is like this, okay, then it is 0 degree. So 0 degree, at that time put theta is equal to 0 degree, you will be getting this answer, this your figure, L by G A by A omega square r, H is equal to this. When theta is equal to 90 degrees, so that means in this angle is on 90 degree, theta is equal to 90 degree. So at that time cos 90 is 0, so H is equal to 0. And when theta is equal to 180, like this, okay, theta is equal to 180, so at that time cos 180 is equal to minus 1, so that is why your equation will be minus L by G A by A omega square r. I hope it is clear. So the maximum pressure head due to acceleration is what? When theta is equal to 0 degree. So L by G A by A omega square r. So this question can be asked, what is the maximum your pressure head due to acceleration, that is your, what is the condition at that time theta is equal to, it should be 0 degree. So it can be asked in the MCQ question also. So today up to this, I hope this equation is clear. Again I am telling you, this is your very important equation for your exam point of view, and if you are getting, then okay, if you are not getting how it is calculated, then please you can ask me in the comment section, I will get back to you, okay. As I have told you so many time in my class also, theory class also I have told you. So I hope it is clear. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.